Hi everybody, we are trying this for the first time, so let's hope it works. I'll be recording the review for benchmark, the first benchmark. And so let's just go right in. I'm going to do 1 through 10 on this video. So this video, the first number 1, asks us to find two different planes that contain D and H. So I'm going to go D and H right here. Remember that it takes 3 points, so 3 points, and this doesn't want to let me write, so we'll just go 3 points in order to name a plane. So we need to figure out which planes contain both our D and H. So we have right here, we know that D and H has to be included, so it's going to be this one, and then also this one. Those both include D and H. So if I were to name those planes, you could do ADH could be one, or CDH. Again, it's any three on either one of these planes to name that point. And that's how you do number 1. Okay, so let's look at number 2. Number 2 says to find AC. Well, if one part of AC is 12, so let's get our pin out. One part of AC is 12, the other part is 20. The whole is 20 plus 12, so we're going to have 32. And again, forgive my handwriting. It is not the easiest thing to write on. So we have 32. So our number 3, let's see if it'll let me move. Let's just pause real quick while I move my screen. So number 3, we have right here, it says bisector. Anytime we see the term bisector, it means that the two parts of my bisector are equal to each other. So bisector means I set equal to each other. So I'm going to get 4x plus 1 equals 7x minus 35. And yes, really ugly handwriting. I'm very sorry about that. And so we can see that this comes over here, and this one is over here. And when we solve from there, we're going to get all of our x's to one side and all of our variables to the other side. So I'm going to do minus 4x, and so I get 1 equals 3x minus 35, and then I do plus 35 on both sides, and so I get 36 equals 3x. Then we are going to divide both sides by 3, and I get x equals 12, and that's my x value. But it's not asking for my x value. If you look really closely, it's asking for the measurement of BM. So I'm going to just erase some to give myself a little bit more room. So we know that x equals 12, but we want to know what BM equals. So we're going to go ahead and put BM in for the x with 7x minus 31. So we're going to do 7 times 12 minus 35, which is going to equal 49. So that is number 3. Okay, so now we have to find the area of a polygon with the vertex 0, 5, 0, 2, 3, a negative 3, 2, and a negative 3, 5. So remember that the area is going to be my base times my height. And so if I were to graph this, I'm just going to do a quick, really medial graph. It's not going to be a very good one. 0, 5, and that's going to give me somewhere around here, and that's going to give me point A. And then I have, oh, let's see, 0, 2. It's going to be right here. And that's going to give me point B. And then I have a negative 3, 2. It's going to be about right here. And that gives me point C. And then I have, oh, a negative 3, 5, which gives me point D. Well, you notice that I can count. I can count the values here. So I'm going to go this way, and I know that it's a negative 3 this way, which is a positive 3. 1, 2, 3. So I have between B and C, so or C and B, either way, equals 3 units. And then I need to find the height because it's base times height. And so I know that I go from 2 to 5. So 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. And so I know that my C to D equals 5 units. Well, to find the area, I just multiply those. So I do 3 times 5. So the area of this polygon is going to be 15 units. And then a squared. So pretend that's really pretty, but it's not. But that's what you're going to do to find the area of this polygon is going to be 15 units squared. So next we have our diagram. We have a ray bisecting. So remember, to bisect means to cut into 2 equal parts. So if QRT, so QRT, if that is 54 degrees, we need to remember that if it's bisected, it's 2 equal parts. So this right here, the SRT, is also going to be 54 degrees. And it asked us to find the whole thing. So we know that both parts are 54 degrees, so we add them together, so we get 108 degrees. And that is going to be how we solve that one. Okay, so off recording, I did a very rudimental drawing or graph of our next one, which is number 6. We're trying to find the area of this triangle right here. That's right here. We're trying to find the area of this triangle. Area of a triangle is base times height. And so we know that the base is going to come from here, which is a negative 3 to a positive 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I know that my base is 7 units. My height is a little tricky. My height is actually from here to here, and I did not draw this very well, but I know it goes from, let me double check, right here. Sorry, I had graphed it wrong, so I just regraphed it really quick off screen. But I know that my height goes from right here, which is a negative 2. Oop, I deleted that. From a negative 2 all the way up to a positive 3. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my height right here is 5. So I have 7 times 5. Remember the area of a triangle. So area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Well, my base and my height are 7 times 5 divided by 2. So we're going to get 17.5 units squared. Okay, so here is our distance formula, and I forgot to start recording again, so hopefully you can see it. It's x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared, and you're going to do, again, a to b, then b to c, then c to d, and then d to a. So you're going to find the distance between each one. And once you have found the distance to each one, you are going to add them together, and that's how you get your perimeter. Okay, so now we are looking at 8, 9, and 10. 8, 9, and 10 are all solved the same way. We're seeing that it says that we have the endpoints, means we have two endpoints, and our goal is to find their midpoint. And so the formula for this, hopefully you will remember, is, and this is for 8, 9, and 10, we're going to do x sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2 equals my midpoint sub 2. Okay, so I cleaned that up a little bit off screen because it looked horrible. So we are going to look, and we need to name or label our x's and our y's. So this is x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, and it will not let me do a really small x for whatever reason, or 2, drawing off on this tablet, and then y sub 2, or it's y sub 2. Just know that's y sub 2. Okay, so I'm going to put these into my formula. We do the same thing with x's as we do y's. So we have y sub 1 plus y sub 2 divided by 2, and that's going to give me my y midpoint. And so I'm just going to put these in. So I get 0 plus 10 divided by 2 equals 5. So my first point in this midpoint is 5. And now I'm going to do the same thing with my x's, or my y's. And so I get a negative 9 plus 3 divided by 2, which becomes 6, or negative 6 divided by 2, which gives me a negative 3. So let's put it over here. My answer is going to be 5, a negative 3. So you are going to use these two formulas again for 9 and 10. So that is 1 through 10 of your chapter review.